Everyone, welcome back to another still respawning devlog. In today's session, I got hands-on with programming basics, teaching a robot vacuum how to scoot around, pick up dust and even open doors. Spoiler alert, I broke a few things. And yeah, I may have accidentally launched into orbit once or twice. So stick around to see the chaos, the code, and what I learned this week. Let's get on with the video, guys. So I started by loading Unity's living room scene and picking my player character. Naturally, I went for the robot vacuum because I literally just bought one. Priorities, right? Then I added a new script, called it player controller, and slapped it onto my vacuum. I opened it in Visual Studio, deleted the starter code, and pasted in the tutorial code that was provided with Unity. Hit play, boom. The vacuum moves using WASD. Not bad for the first try, though I had no clue what the code meant or what I was doing with it yet. Next, I made the camera follow the player. I made a child object, reset its position, moved it above and slightly behind the vacuum, and tested it in play mode. It was tracking smoothly now. Then I tweaked the player's speed and rotation in the inspector. I forgot the changes in play mode don't save. A very rookie move. After setting the proper values outside of play mode, we had proper movement. I also accidentally launched a vacuum into orbit. Oops. Now, time for collectibles. I added dust because it makes sense if it's a robot vacuum, right? And I created a collectible script. Inside, I explored Unity's code structure, learned about starts and update functions, and how to rotate objects using transform.rotate. I adjusted the rotation speed and hit an error. Turns out I forgot to declare it as a float. I fixed that with a trusty F, small f, and I used a public variable so I could adjust it in the inspector. So the using lines at the top, that basically gives your code access to different Unity systems so everything knows how to work together. The start function, that runs once at the beginning, an update, that's running every frame, 60 times a second, keeping things like movement and animation ticking. I had a working collectible that was spinning at least, but I found I couldn't actually collect it. So to make the dust collectible, I enabled isTrigger on the collider and wrote an onTrigger enter function. Initially it disappeared when anything touched it, so I added a tag to check to make sure only the player could collect it. Then I threw in a particle effect to make the pickup more satisfying, watching it vanish in a puff of glory. Very nice. So I cloned a bunch of dust pieces and made a little maze to collect, and I organized everything into a parent object. My hierarchy was finally looking civilized. Having a clean hierarchy might seem minor, but once things start piling up and you have lots of different objects, it's a game changer. It keeps everything tidy, makes objects easy to find, and helps avoid accidentally dragging something halfway across the scene. It's a small habit now, but I'm definitely seeing why pros swear by good project organization. And then we went on to the challenge sections, easy, medium and hard. So for the easy challenge, I added jumping by using add force and assigning the spacebar to jump. At first, I missed a curly bracket, but naturally, I got it fixed and we're bouncing like pros. I bounced a little too high and actually nearly touched the sky. So then I adjusted the jump variable to something a little lower just to make it visible that we could jump without going too far up. For the medium challenge, I had to set up trigger zones and use animator to open the kitchen doors when the vacuum got close. Tested it and it opened easily. And then hard mode. This time I had to use AI, specifically Unity Muse, to auto-generate a script that simulates sunrise and sunset by rotating the direction of light. Copy and pasted it into the new script, attached it, and now we had dynamic lighting. And I wrapped everything up with a quiz where I scored 5 out of 6. Not too shabby. So next time, I'll be flipping everything into 2D and trying to recreate this whole scene top down. If you're curious how it compares or want to follow the chaos, hit that subscribe button and stick around for Devlog 5. Thanks for watching, guys, and catch you in the next video.